Okay. So again, we're going to fill out some on the front, then we're going to flip back to the back. To solve these, you can use a percent equation, percent proportion. Today we're going to do double number lines because you guys already have a pretty good understanding of double number lines, so that's how they start you off solving percentage problems. So here's our problem again. Percent of blank is blank. What goes in? Well, that's just a number because it's just whatever numbers. Put a number sign there. Because to write a percentage, you just write the number and the percent sign. What does the word of mean? Multiply. So I'm going to put a times sign there. What is this box representing? Leo? The whole. And this box is representing the part. Okay, to give you an example, okay, you don't have to write this. I'm just going to write it so you can see it. 30% of the school are girls. If there are 150 girls, how many kids go to the school? Again, you don't have to write this. That's a typical percent problem, okay? It gives us the percent. That one's easiest to pick out because it has a percent sign by it. Then we have to look at the other stuff given. 30% of the school are girls. If there are 150 girls, how many kids go to the school? Is 150 a whole? Is that the total number of kids in the school? No. So what does that 150 represent? The part. The 30%. The percent and the part should have the same label. Okay? Because a percentage of a total is equal to the part. We're going to do lots of problems in a minute where that's all we do is pick out the percent, the part, or the whole and decide what we're looking for. Okay, we're not solving any of those today. That's the hardest part. Okay, if you're good at proportions, you can solve these. Okay, we've been working on proportions, equivalent ratios for a really long time. And again, today we're doing double number lines, so I'm going to introduce you to that. So, how to use a double number line. It says there's an extra step today. We didn't write any steps yesterday. So, there's no new steps to you. They'll just be the only steps you know. To wait for my marker to come back. There it is. Okay, step one is label. I'm going to not write down, draw two lines. Okay, if you're making a double number line, that's the first thing. Label the top line 0% and 100% on the ends. So if I said label the lines on the ends, 0 and 100, where do you think you're going to put 0? On the left. Where do you think 100 will go? On the right. Okay? Step 2 is label the bottom line with 0 on the left and I'm going to put given information. In parentheses, I'm going to write part or whole. Okay? If it gives us the part, we label the part on the line. If it gives us the whole, we will label the whole on the line. And again, once we do these examples, this will make more sense. I'm just trying to get it into words so you have something to look back to. if it gives us our whole, where do you think it'll go? Leo? Not in the middle. If I said 100% of the school are girls, there are 150 kids in the school. Yeah, it'll go at the end. So we're going to make some side notes here. If given whole, put at far right under 100%. Because if I ate 100% of the pizza at school and there were 6 pizzas, 100% and 6 are referring to the same thing. So we kind of pair them up. If you're given the part, match it with its percent. And again, that'll make sense when you see it. Last step, divide to see what you're counting by. And there's probably about 3 more steps I could add in, but I'm just going to show you. It's easier to just do it. Those are enough words that you could follow and kind of fill in the pieces that I skipped. So since this is right here next to us, I can leave my rules up. We're going to apply that to this one first. So the example over on the right says 80% of the 6th graders will be attending 6th grade camp this month. So 80% of all of the 6th graders, right, will be attending the 6th grade camp this month. If 120 students are going to camp, how many 6th grade students are at the school? When you work percent problems, the first thing you should do is pick out your part, your whole, and your percent. Which one is easiest to pick out? Percent. Ethan, what is my percent in this problem? Which one has a percent sign behind it?
Oh, 6th grade.
Label that, percent. Sometimes the words help you. If you can remember the percent equation is percent of whole. Percent of whole. So the 6th graders will be my whole. Then I have to decide, is the number it's giving me, 120, is that the number of 6th graders? Or is that the number of kids going to camp? Brendan? Yeah, so it's not my total number of students. So what does that 120 represent? It's the part. So if it gives me the percent and the part, I'm probably looking for the what? The whole. We read that it's percent of whole. So I know I'm looking for 6th graders. If I read the question, it should say, how many 6th grade students? Just by the wording in the question. We can figure that out. There's lots of different ways to get to the same solution. Okay, so I'm trying to point them all out. Okay, this is one where we are looking for the whole. So we're going to follow our steps. Label the top line 0% and 100%. So we always put 0% at this end, 100% at this end. Now, here's the part, well, I won't get there yet. Next, label the bottom with 0 on the left and the given information. So the easy one's to put 0 here. That's always a 0. And I'm going to go ahead and put that there. If it gave me the whole, I would put it there. Since it didn't give me the whole, I'm putting a blank box, because that's what I need to find to answer this question. Now, we need to decide what we want to break our bar into. You can break it into chunks of any size. I don't suggest you break it into ones and have 99 chunks. You could, to break 100 up, easy ones are 5, 10, 20, 25. Okay, because you can do that math. 100 divided by 5 would give you 20 sections, which isn't super easy. 100 divided by 10 sections would be 10. 25. The way you decide is look at your percent given. You have to have that number on top. So if I'm trying to hit 80%, can I break it into 4 parts and count by 25s? Does 25 hit? No, because it wouldn't hit 80. What would be a better option? Afton? 10, 5, or 20. All of them would be a good option. You want to make your life the easiest. You want the smallest number of chunks. So do we want to split it into chunks of 20, chunks of 10, or chunks of 5? 5 will give you more math.
Oh, then 10.
Yes. 20 would be the easiest, okay? So then all you do is you figure out, if I'm counting by 20s, I'd go 20, 40, 60, 80. And again, that's the most challenging for people, is deciding what to count by. You could have counted by 5s. You could have counted by 10s. You could count by 20s. All of them are okay. It's just all of your work would look slightly different. Your only thing you have to remember is you have to hit the percent that's given. So here is my 80%. So I'm going to box that in. That's why we counted by 20. So I made sure I hit that. Now you make a marking underneath all of those. %, of the 6th graders went to camp. 120 students went to camp. Where do you think I put the 120? Hallie? Under the 80, because 80% of the 6th grade class is equal to who went to camp, and 120 students went to camp. So this will go right here, but we're looking for that one. So next, we have to divide to see what you're counting by. How can I divide to see what I'm counting by on the bottom? Ellie?
See how many, points with marks there are?
Okay, see how many sections are between 0 and 120. So I count them like this. 1, 2, 3. There are 4 sections. All 4 of those sections equal 120. So what division problem could I do to see what I'm counting by? Emmy? 120 divided by 4. I'm just going to show it here. 120 divided by 4 is what? 30. That means I'm counting by 30. So this would be 30, 60, 90. Would I hit 120 next? Always try, because if you don't, that means you messed up on your division. What would the next one be? 150. Because we're counting by 30s. I better write that down here. Now, from this, how many people, or how many 6th graders are there? There are 150 6th graders. I'm going to write that here. But I could also say, what is 60% of the 6th grade? From 90 students. Okay, what is 20% of the 6th grade? 30 students. So we can answer we have lots of different sets of data if we solve it this way. If we solve it the other way, we only get the answer to the problem that we're looking for. Both can be beneficial depending on the problem. Okay, let's go down and fill in that chart. I can't scroll. What do you mean? Yeah, we're going to fill it in. Okay, so if there were 120 students, what percentage does that represent? 80%. I just look straight above it. 80%. We're actually going to add a couple of them. Let's say 90 students. I'm going to squeeze it down here. 90 students represents what percentage? 60% of the 6th graders. Dawson, you getting all this? Okay. The one under that gives you 100%. What is 100% of the 6th graders? 150. We'll go on that next set. And we could add the rest of them if we wanted. We could say 20% is 30 students.
Then, would you ever have to do that and then find 30%?
You could, yeah. Sometimes it might be like a multi-part question where it says what is 60%, what is 30%, what is 20%.
Because then you'd have to add like half of 30.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Everybody have that one down? We're actually going to go up. That's actually a harder problem than the one above it. I just wanted to have the rules right next to it while we worked it. When you're looking for the part, it's a little bit trickier. The process is the same, it's a little bit trickier. So let's go up and do this one. During a basketball game, John attempted 60 free throws and was successful on 25% of them. How many successful free throws did John make? We're going to rewrite this as percent of whole is something. What is my percent? Holly? 25%. So let's write this above it. 25% of. John attempted 60 free throws. So he made 25% of those 60 free throws. And it wants us to figure out how many free throws he actually made. So we are trying to figure out what is 25% of 60. Because we're looking for how many he made. So he attempted 60, so this is the whole. I'm looking for the part. I might have lied to you. This one's part also.
You can just get 25% to 100 and multiply by 4.
No, you could get 25 divided by 5 and then you could get 5.
There's different ways. We're doing number line first, and then we're going to see where it says under here, do a different way. We're going to do it a different way in just a second. Okay, so we're going to set up double number line. My personal preference, I don't love double number lines, but what often happens is instead of giving you the information in words, they give you the information on a double number line. So you have to be able to pull the information from it. So we start by writing 0% on the end. What goes on the other end? 100%.
But this time
We always have 0 there. What always goes under 100%? The whole. Do we know the whole? Yes. So on this one, I put a 60 here. Now we're looking for the part. So we're going to have to figure out the number that is paired with 25%. So I have to get 25% on my top line. What can I count by if I have to hit 25? Elise?
4.
Count by 4s? Or break it into 4 parts.
Yeah.
Break it into 4 parts so I can count by 25. That would be the easiest. So let's write 25%, 50%, 75%. This is a step where people get stuck. They don't know what to count by, and really it does matter, but there's lots of ways that could work. Now I draw all my lines under them because they have to be broken up the same. Our last step said divide to see what to count by. So I'm going to count my sections. 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. So I'm breaking 60 into how many equal parts? 4. So I'm going to write divided by 4. What does that give us? 15. If that's confusing to you, add in the words count by. So you know that's why we did that, is to figure out what we're counting by on bottom. So we go back and we just fill it in. 15, 30, 45, 60. Now if it asks me for 50%, one, we should be able to do that mentally. But we could just look right below. But it asks for 25%. So how many free throws did he make? 15. Because that's the one. So he made 15 free throws. Now I'm going to go down here where it says other methods. We're going to work that same problem 2 other ways. We're going to write the problem 25% of 60 is blank. First, we're going to solve it as an equation. Who can give me an equation that I could solve to get this answer? Leo? It's 25% times 60 equals blank. Okay? Now, you can't do math with percents. You must either go to their fraction or their decimal form. What is the fraction form of 25%? 1/4. So all I'm doing is rewriting this as its fraction form. 1/4 times 60. Is that a fraction we know how to solve? Really? Yes. We should know how to take 1/4 times 60. What is the decimal form of 25%? 0.25. If you're not comfortable with fractions, you could change it to its decimal form and do the math. I'll work this out over to the side. 1/4 times 60 over 1 would give us 60 over 4. So ultimately, we're doing the same math in the end. We had to do 60 divided by 4 when we did the double number line. 60 divided by 4 is 15. So we would still get the same answer. If we took 25 times 6, we would get 150 with some extra decimal places, and then we'd have to add in our decimal point. We would still essentially get 15 as our answer. That's using the percent equation. What was the third way? Second. The second way I told you yesterday.
Divide to see what you're counting by.
Nope, that's to do number lines. The percent proportion. We're going to do it down at the bottom because you guys don't have anything on the bottom on this side, right? Okay, I'm going to start it here just so I don't have to scroll. You can put it down under misconceptions. I want you to write part over whole equals percent over 100. In this problem, do I know the part? No, because that's what I'm trying to find. We've already found it, but we're pretending we don't know it. So I'm going to put a box on top. What is the whole that it gave me? 60 equals, what percent did it give me? 25. And since I'm putting it over 100, I can just leave that as 25. Equivalent ratios. Can I easily get from 60 to 100? No. Can I break down 25 over 100? What do you want to break it to? Divide them, 25 divided by 4?
Divided by 25.
Divide it by 25. So I'd get 1 and 4. How do I get from 4 to 60? Times 15. 1 times 15 is 15. Now, my answer isn't 15 over 60. My answer is still just 15, the number I was looking for.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking 1560 at first.
Yeah. Okay, and again, we're going to do a lot more of this. Each day will be different stuff. Okay? Open your book to lesson 10. Open your book to lesson 10. Can someone tell me what page when you get there? Just no, I want the beginning of the lesson. 73? Okay. Nope, we're right here. Should be looking at lesson. That's a green book. Do you have the blue one? Go grab it. Let's go. Do you guys have this? Sometimes mine looks different. Do you have a table? Okay, page 74. Let's go back to yesterday. What is the value of a penny? 1 cent. Let's fill this in together. What is the value of a nickel? 5 cents. The value of a dime? Quarter. $50. And $1. 100 cents. Look down at number 2. I want you to try and match the coin with the correct percentage. So like number 1 is 25% of a dollar. So which one is 25 hundredths of one whole dollar?
Do we have to write out like quarter? So we have to write that.
So I asked what coin
Write it.
is worth 25 of 100? A quarter. So it represents 25% of a dollar. So yes, you have to write quarter. This is just a refresher from yesterday. So you guys are finishing the rest of those. And then I want you to try 3 and 4 right now. It's not homework. You're doing it right now. You're doing 2, 3, and 4.
Wait, we don't have 4. Oh, yeah, we do. Where? Oh.
Again, if you get number 2 done, go on and try 3 and 4. 2B, Dom. What'd you get?
Okay.
2B down here. A nickel? Ethan, C. Penny. Hallie, D. $1. E. Tatum. Dime. Dawson, F. $half. Okay, those ones are pretty simple. The next one says the value of 6 dimes is what percent of the value of $1? Leo? 60%, because it's worth 60 cents. So it's 60% of $1.
On number 2, the percentages is also how much cents it is.
Correct. Yep. Number 4, the value of 6 quarters. Ellie? 150%, because it's 150 cents. So that'd be 150 over 100. So yes, 150%. I want you to try the Are You Ready? 2 sets of coins that make up 120% of $1. 2 different sets of coins. You just have to write out what coins they would be. That would make up 120% of $1.
Wait, like if they added up?
So how many coins is that?
It doesn't matter. You're finding 2 sets of coins that would represent 120% of $1. Sorry, where no type of coin is in both sets.
But we can use the coin as many times as we want in one set.
Yes. So like if you use quarters in set 1, you can't use quarters in set 2.
Oh, yeah.
Like 100 plus.
Who thinks they have one that works? Meyer?
4 quarters and 2 dimes.
Okay, 4 quarters equals 100 cents. 2 dimes equals 20 cents. So would that represent 120% of $1? Yes, so his works. Who has another one? Afton.
I did $1 and 2.
So 1, it's a coin, so we'll have to say $1 coin if you chose that. So $1 coin.
And 2 dimes.
Okay, and 2 dimes, since we already used dimes there, what could you swap out for 2 dimes? 4 nickels. Okay, because that would be 100 cents. This would be 20 cents. As long as your total added up to 120 cents, does yours work? Yes. Okay, we are going to stop there today. Your only homework tonight is work on your weekly worksheet. If you need to borrow a Chromebook in study hall, you can come down and grab one. Okay?
Wait, weekly worksheet?